So with that, we are going to feature a very interesting poem written by M.K.C.P. Shashin, translated by Madhubhashini Disanayaka. It's called The Santosha Vela, the Lake of Happiness. Listen carefully to these words and wonder and analyze whether this poet is actually happy or in the lake of happiness. Try to pick, if you can see, the stages of grief in a mix in this poem. I invite Malinda to recite this poem, Santosha Vela.
Right, just a quick response to what you were saying. There is a beautiful love story written by Garcia Marquez called Of Love and Other Demons. And he says, love, the most terrible demon of them all. Right? So it's also cancer in a way, but it's a beautiful cancer. It doesn't come without pain. But anyway, we go to Santosha. ඕනෑම වෙලාවක එන්න මා සිටින්නේ සන්තෝෂ විලාසල උසම උස ගසකයි. මා මේ කවිය ලියන්නේ කිසිදු වේදනාවකින් තොරවයි. මා මෙහි වෙහෙස් වෙසෙන බව ඔබට ලියූ තුරුපත් හොටෙන් ඇන දෙපයින් ඉරා අන්න මේ ගස යට ඔහේ දිරාවේ පොළොවට පොහොර වේ. හීතල හිරිගඩ පිපෙන උතුරු දූපතෙන් එන සුළඟ ඔබේ සුවඳ ගෙනෙයි. ඊගඩ පිපුණම පිහාරක් දෙකක් හලන එක ගානක් නැහැ. දැන් මට පුරුදුයි. ඔබ ඕනෑම වේලාවක එන්න මා සිටින්නේ සන්තෝෂ විලාසද උසම උස ගහකයි. මා මේ කවිය ලියන්නේ කිසිදු වේදනාවකින් තොරවයි. චන්ද්‍රයා චන්ද්‍රාලෝක එව්වහම දිග හැරෙන කණාමැදිරි පියාපත් මේ දුර්ග ගස නැගෙයි. ඇවිත් ඔබ ඇවිද ඔබේ වගේ විමසයි පද වේ. එකෙක් දෙන්නෙක් අල්ලා ගස් කඳේ ගසන මැරුවම ඒ වදේ ඉවරයි. ගම්දලව් වලින් ඈතට උස ගසක වෙසෙන රෞද්‍ර කිචු ලිහිණියකු ගැන පුවතක් දුදුරේම ඔබට සැලවේ. නමුත් විශ්වාස කරන්න මා සිටින්නේ සන්තෝෂ විල අසල උසම උස ගහකයි. මා මේ කවිය ලියන්නේ කිසිදු වේදනාවකින් තොරවයි.
So Malinda, apparently this person who is in this very tall, on this very tall tree near the lake of happiness is absolutely okay. No pain whatsoever. He's pretty happy. Do you think so?
This reminds me of the Bob Dylan song, I'm a rock, I'm an island. It says, I'm a rock, I'm an island never cries. A rock can feel, rock does not feel any pain, and an island never cries. I remember reading this with my father about 40 years ago, and he said, obviously this man is like heartbroken and terribly devastated. There are ways in which you express yourself, and that is probably better than, let it grow inside you, just put it out. And in this, the phases that Chaturi mentioned, which are of course not necessarily linear, even long after you have accepted, there are times you will tell me, that bastard, that bitch, she did this to me. You will do that, right? Although you more or less moved on. And we can talk about those stories. But again, there is, it's like a mix. There is some rancor here, right? And you're trying to say, I don't give a shit about you, but no, I do. Otherwise, why should you write? If you have moved past this woman, why should she come as, why should you write a letter to her? Why should you then attack it? He has not moved past. This, our friend Sashi has not moved past, but he's dealing with it, which is what is, I think, the most important part.
Because people tend to sort of repeat yourself when you want to convince yourself about it. I want to convince myself that I'm not angry, so I repeat it. No, I'm not angry, I'm not angry. So perhaps he's in one of the first denial because he doesn't know that he's angry.
But if he is literally telling the person, come anytime, I am in this location, maybe he's bargaining as well. Maybe he's saying, come, I'm here.
Yes.
Is it possible?
And I can be seen, I'm on the top of this thing as well. So, okay.
If you want to, see my pain. When you see, and there are people like that. So I have known in my personal experience, some people measure your love for that person by the amount of tears you shed, by the amount of So I don't know how much of masochism and sadism is involved in Sashi's particular experience. But you're not closing the door. In this poem, he has not closed the door on this person whom he has loved.
So there's no closure here.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet at all. So it might actually not be resolved grief. And a nice point that you mentioned, sometimes you even after years and years, you tend to remember these things. Those are called pangs of grief. It could happen like during anniversaries and so on as well. But then if you come across that person also, it could happen. So all the emotions, everything comes rushing in. So the pangs of grief, then it kind of settles down.
So in Santoshavila, we are talking about a mix of emotions. Actually, none of us really know what the poet actually felt, whether it's anger, a mix of bargaining, depression, sadness. I actually invited the poet to be here. He said he's too embarrassed to be here. So, but Chakari, moving on to the next hallmark of this cycle, anger. Can there be pure anger? You're so angry. It is not really tainted by too many other emotions. You're so angry. You wish they would die. You wish something bad would happen to them. You want to take revenge, and you will do everything in your power to hurt that person. Is that possible?
Yes, it's possible. Because it's not so simple as love and hate and breakups. It's colored by the personality, the upbringing that you are having, the previous encounters that you have had. That's why it's so complicated. And it's complicated by the fact that how your coping mechanisms were in the past. Let's say I've been dumped previously and I'm getting dumped again. That's very, very different to this relationship which has gone for 5 years and now he has dumped me. And let's say I'm kind of an antisocial person who's taking revenge of all the people who are doing not so nice things. Then there are certain other aspects of antisocial personality like impassivity, tendency to keep grudges, and they don't have any remorse and so on, and they love themselves. So the anger comes with all of that. And to make things worse, these people might have witnessed what has happened to other people in their lives.